Good morning, YouTube. I'm here. I'm back. Let's see how we were doing on the detective. They're dull. We know where that is. Make sure we got all the turn on hyper. Farticus. Farticus. After today, we might be able to start doing Drizzle Cold Steel 2. You remember that ending? Of course you do. But this is sort of like the main turning point, I guess, where we're approximately equal. I know we won't be really equal until like around into chapter 3, but I'm willing to red car. Go. Go out here. We all know what he's talking about. Welcome. Is there something you require of me? It's a sermon you're after. I could make time for you. Sorry, that's not why we're here together. Phantom Thief B mentioned the goddess shining visage. He was referring to the stained glass window here, which would make the one who stands with their back bathed. I don't understand what's going on right now. But if you have business with me, I must ask that you state it clearly. Right, sorry about that. Archbishop Heralda, could you do us a favor and check into the pulpit? Why would I do that? Now, don't fret. You're not up to anything suspicious. There it is. Car is affixed to the back side of the trunk. The fourth cage lies outside the city. Find the road of iron that snakes under the skirt of the western ramparts. This must be Miss Dell. Dell loves this one. I'll bet she does. At any rate, that brings us to up to $3. Just when did that get up there? I do leave for business on occasion, but never long enough for someone to do this. The goddess works in mysterious ways. Back to the card. This clue is perplexing as the rest. You interpret the ramparts could be some sort of defensive structure. Include the western part in that. We get the defensive structure to the west. That's one interpretation. It's also the road of iron that snakes under the skirt. Yeah, I don't have any idea what that means. Another figure of speech, I imagine. That's safe. Alright, let's take this trunk with us and begin our search for the next one. Phantom Thief B. I've heard of his exploits before. He sounds like quite the scoundrel. As a faithful servant of the goddess, I cannot forgive such insolence. Do whatever it takes to bring this man to justice. We'll try our best. I think we know what they're talking about here. But maybe we don't. Anyway, let's go check on our boy. I'm sure you know, Julia, but we have an old friend who was appointed to the cathedral not long ago. Yes, I inquired as one of the other sisters. Seems she's teaching a class outside the cathedral today. Oh, is that right? I would have liked the opportunity to see her today. We still owe her a debt for her help back then. Princess Claudia. Senior Captain Schwartz, too. Oh. Yeah, they are. Hello, everyone. We meet again. Julia and I have been expecting you. Pardon? How'd you know we were coming? There's monitoring our surroundings from up in the sky. Better to see your arrival at the cathedral just now. The White Falcon we met yesterday? Wow, he really is amazing. He is an established informant of the Royal Guard, after all. But enough of that. What brings you here today? Oh, and you have a new face with you. Tio Plato. Nice to meet you. I returned to the SSS last night. It is an honor. The honor's all mine. Honestly, we're just about doing our rounds. No real reason for stopping by or anything. It is quite a twist of fate running into your highness and seeing your captain again so soon. Are you here to pay your respects? That's right. The cemetery is a final resting place for generations of those who have lost their lives in Crossbow. I wanted to come and see them before today's conference. Not just to enter their members, but to come to terms with the true cost of repercussions of the Crossbow problem. The Crossbow problem. A phrase used to describe Erebony and Calvert's feud over which of them has rightful ownership of Crossbow. Yes, that's hardly a phrase you hear Crossbellians use themselves. The conflict has given rise to decades of tensions, placing the two at the brink of war with Crossbell right between them. Signing of the Non-Aggression Pact in Liberal 2 years ago only calmed things on the surface. Both major powers still. Sorry about that. Signing of the Non-Aggression Pact in Liberal 2 years ago only calmed things on the surface. Both major powers still. My apologies, Your Highness. I didn't mean to sound so rude. No, everything you've said is the truth, Ely. Whereas the grandmothers of Queen Alicia's Non-Aggression Pact was to prevent the Empire and Republic from resorting to military force. That allowed Crossbell to breathe a sigh of relief. The threat of war had finally dissipated. But in its place, unseen political pressure from the two major powers. Pressure that has greatly affected the Crossbell state government. Because of that, it would be far too naive to claim the Non-Aggression Pact solved the Crossbell problem. Merely shifted the field of battle. Your Highness. But doesn't that mean the Non-Aggression Pact has been meaningless? Empire and Republic are still performing large-scale military exercises at our borders, and I enlisted in the CGF. I'll never be able to forget the terror of having those Imperial Railways guns pointed at Crossbell City. She's right. Before I had broken out and the Empire pulled the trigger, countless Crossbellans' lives would have been lost. Shortcomings aside, avoiding a tragedy like that is even more than enough to justify the signing of the pact. Either way, it's nothing you need to worry your pretty little head about, wouldn't you say, Your Highness? Seriously, Wazzy, you can't tell a crown princess just to get over it. That's right, I know there's no sense in living in the past forever. That's why I plan to use the trade conference as an opportunity to discuss Crossbell's future. Coming here today was the final step in strengthening my resolve before doing so. Though I suppose it was a bit selfish of me to make more work for Julia and the Royal Guardsmen. Please, Your Highness, it was no trouble at all. You don't mind me saying, Princess Claudia, you have an incredible strength of carrier. Yes, I envy the bright future that Liberal clearly has in store. The two of you are too kind. If I may interrupt, Your Highness, the designated time is approaching. Oh, you're right. My apologies, Julia. Let's make our way to Orcus Tower. We bid you farewell for now. Finish the sports section. I suppose we'll be crossing paths again soon. Understand you're working security during the conference. That's right, the SSS will be making every effort to keep all of you safe. Leave it in your capable hands, then. Darkest Tower, ladies and gentlemen. Princess Claudia is a very kind young lady, from what I can tell. I only ever seen photos of Queen Lucia II. Aside, the princess truly does remind me of her. People call it the crossbow problem, but the conflict had lasted long before anyone thought to give it a name. For centuries, countless innocent lives have been claimed by the Empire. The Republic's disputes over these lands. Having a friend like Guy let me heal and move on from that. But even now, many crossbellans have similar scars. Cool. We sort of got to see a scene then. Hardly anyone can tell the difference between me and Hamill. That's why I pretend to be him sometimes when I'm pulling pranks. My mom always knows it's me right off the bat, though. Nobody but our mom and dad can tell which of which. They say they know just by looking. I don't see how. We have the exact same face. Is there some kind of superpower that only parents have? Yes. Which was Senior Captain Schwartz, swearing Princess Claudia right now. She's even more gallant in person than rumors say. I think I finally understand why so many women make a fuss over her. Princess Claudia left for Orcus Tower not long ago. I have to wonder how today's conference will unfold, as well as what Her Highness' next move will be. Right car. West. So we want to go over there. To go to Belgard Gate. Down here. Something about a skirt. Okay, so not on that side. Hmm. That was quite strange. Thought it'd be down here for sure. I'll check into the car too, just to be safe. Looks like there was some. Doesn't need to be pressing there. Ah. Let's even get here. On the cart said, a road of iron led snakes under the skirt of the western ramparts. The iron road was a freight line. The western ramparts were referred to Belgard Gate. At this rate, this isn't an ideal place to pop that trunk open. Why don't we take it to the platform on the other side? Good idea. I'll be careful moving it. Cart is affixed to the final cage lies within the city. The soaring structure descend from the summit of 16 by 2 and scour the vista of windows to another world. One of Belle's dolls, Sharon, I'm sure of it. That makes 4 out of 5, right? You know, all that remains is the final cage mentioned on the card. A soaring structure in the city. It has to be talking about someplace tall, right? That'd be Orcus Tower? I believe Orcus Tower stands at 40 stories above ground. The summit of question here is at 16, and perhaps it's talking somewhere else. It's also a matter of descending from 16 by 21. That doesn't sound possible. That's possible the key to solving this riddle, then. You have that vista of windows to another world bit to consider. Yet again, some kind of metaphor. Look around the city and see if anything matches up with this clue. Oh, we know the vista of windows. It goes to another world, and you're looking at one of those windows right now. If you catch what I'm guessing. And there are 5 basements in the Orcheese Tower. That's what we're looking for. feel like putting that on. Obviously. Lady Maria Bell really knows how to crack the whip. She's not afraid to either. Despite that, she still trusts us with the major part of the Abbey seasons. So it's up to step to the plate. Oh yeah, Lady Maria Bell has you on the hunt for stolen dolls, right? Think it was Grassy found them too? Chief Roberts has been extra hard at work at the Upside Foundation for what I can tell. Apparently he's trying to what would they would ever want with those anyway? It's tough to wrap my head around. There it is, the vinyl trunk. In the soaring structure, descend from the summit of 16 by 21. Scour the vista of windows to another world. Descending from the 16th story of the RBC, the 5th basement level makes a difference of 21 floors total. The vista of windows to another world must refer to the terminal monitors, tracking data from the orbital network. Going by that logic, that's the only spot that made any sense. Let's take a look inside. Stell's name is Alice. It's Belle's favorite out of her entire collection. There isn't a card on the back like the others. This must be the end of that scavenger hunt. That's the end of that then. Finally I'm exhausted. Huh? What was that? What's going on over here? Sounded like we got some new orb mail in. Hold up, is that one of Lady Maria Bell's dolls? Yeah, I was sitting right here. How'd you guys not see it? My concerns lies more in the timing of that orb mail. May I take a look? Something about this gives me the shivers, so be our guest. Huh? What's wrong to you? When I sent this message, it was Silent Thief B. What? Himself? You're kidding. How? And from where? You mind opening that too? Roger. To the lovely ladies and gentlemen of the special support section, first allow me to express my gratitude for the entertainment you've provided thus far. Next, my sincere sympathies to the owner of these dolls, Miss Maria Bell Croy. As our creator, Master York has for my dastardly impropriety. Nevertheless, rest assured that I took the utmost care not to damage these beautiful works of art while they were in my possession. That I will soon be excusing myself from these lands. Farewell, special support section. I, Phantom Thief Blue Blonde, enforcer number 10 of the Society of Ouroboros, await your continued growth with bated breath. May the goddess visit good fortune upon you. Yes, this orb mail be automatically deleted, and thus impossible to save or trace. I suggest you not bother trying, and to leave be. Wait, what? Is he serious? Someone like him would choose a more theatrical way to let cat out of the bag. I thought that everyone's favorite Phantom Thief was actually an enforcer for our roles. That's figured. He did hint at being acquainted with Ren. Oh wait, yeah. Is there a way we can print that message out? Yeah, there has to be some sort of clue we can gain from it. Making an attempt, but it isn't going especially well. Mail source code has been slowly deleting itself since the moment it was opened. Fortunately, no other terminals have been affected. Covering the message, however, will not be possible. Well, shoot. Burglar boy really covered his bases here. Reminds me, you also had diddly squatted about the hacker trapped us in the geofront yesterday. Good point. Based on the hacking incident in the soul mail, obviously a cut above what it takes when it comes to the attack. Not sure I fully understand what's happening now. Wait a sec. I have to verify this breach didn't impact any of our data. Oh yeah, could have left a virus on our system. Sorry guys, we need to get back to work. At the end of the day, we did manage to recover all the missing Rosenberg details. Let's go return to Maria Bell. Yes, okay, you got the gist of things now? Still, what a shock it is to learn that the legendary Phantom Thief B is a member of Ouroboros. That's true, it's no wonder he's eluded the authorities for as long as he has. And yeah, I was planning to punish him so severely that he'd wish he'd never been born. I'd be scared shitless in his shoes. Sorry, Maria Bell, we wanted to capture him just as much as you did. But on the bright side, we did manage to bring your dolls back. Welcome home, Alice, Hanan, Liette, Miss Stell, and Sharon. Very well, I have no complaints further comment at this time. All that matters is my precious Rosenberg dolls have been returned to me safe and sound. Leave be. Trying to keep those little ladies in one piece from the start. Without any cancellation. After all, I went through the trouble of securing them in those trunks, taking them out of harm's way. That is a lot of work, to come to think of it. I would have been better off had he not stolen them in the first place. That's definitely true. Really? We'll have to further improve the IBC's safety protocols, to ensure this never happens again. Our security department will be working harder than ever before once I'm through with him. You, however, were a tremendous SSS. I can learn a few things from you. Don't even mention it, Belle. That's what friends are for. Wait. Last time this happened? No, it couldn't be. Something wrong, Lloyd? Just what are those lecherous eyes of you doing pointing at me? Let me explain. We solved our first Phantom Thief case. Turned out that he disguised himself as a client. Holy smokes, I forgot all about that. Are you implying, Lloyd? Be as clear as I can. Are you the real Maria Bell? Ack! Oh ho ho, come now, Lloyd. Just where do you find the gall to accuse me so crassly? After all the genuine gratitude I've shown you? I'm sorry for that. There's no mistaking it. This is real. Oh, Lord. Not quite the brilliant deduction he was aiming for, was it? Hello? Good day, Lady Maria Bell. How are you faring? Rather well, actually. Kick it out of our little sideshow, or whatever you'd like to call it. My, but that does please me to hear. I'm grateful you humored my antics by allowing me to borrow your most precious collection. The Meister is an acquaintance of mine, yes, but I've never seen so many of his masterpieces in one place. Their beauty at the finest, everyone. You have my thanks. Not at all. Well enough to my mild relief. Leaving but a single scratch, however, would have earned you an exclusive invite to my merry castle. Haha. Pity I didn't have the pleasure. Let's be thankful for the men and women of the SSS spared us all from that fate. So, with that out of the way, what do you plan to do now? Alas, I'm afraid what I told them is the truth. I intend to depart from Crossbell quite soon. My services are required in the Empire. Things are getting quite dramatic just across the border, you see. Is that so? Well, I suppose I should count myself lucky you made time for this. As for the project of yours, I'll be watching with great interest from the Imperial side of things. I look forward to your future in the Society as well. I wouldn't be so hasty. Nothing is set in stone quite yet. Though I do hope we get to speak again before long. Phantom Thief B. Oh, I'm already counting the minutes, my dear. Well... Now... Since this is going to be a, No, I don't want to override the data. We are going to the Orch East Tower. Clearly see the tower clearly from my seat last night before landing at the airport. It appears even grander up close. That's exactly how I felt yesterday. Grassvales really put ourselves on the map with this one. Yeah, but don't you think it's a little too big? I mean, I didn't even use all those floors for. Old City Hall's building like a dollhouse compared to this. And it did the job just fine. True, but the tower features more than just government facilities, though. In addition to housing the administration of the city and state, there are floors dedicated to international trade and cultural exchange. You could say the aim was to make Orchis Tower the center of Western Zemira itself. Dang. Talking about shooting for the moon. Makes sense when you think about it. That's why they're hosting this trade conference as their first measure. Don't forget, this building's completion is going to lead to even more financial and information capital flowing into Crossbell. Be a handy bargaining chip when discussing new trade agreements, I imagine. Yes, from what I heard, the potential benefits might not be limited to just the economic gain. Anyway, what do you want to do? Schedule to meet Dudley on the first floor at noon? Of course, but we do still have some time before then. Alright, how about we take care of any unfinished business and prep work in the meantime? Don't want to be mind if it hits the fan this afternoon. Good point. It's not like we'll be able to leave once the conference is over. Very well, let's make sure to have any loose ends before we enter. Let us make sure that all loose ends are tied up. We almost forgot a hidden quest. And wait. He tried checking the chest a second time, only to witness a tiny bearded man in a pointy hat. Again, he stops his lively jig and glares at you. You quickly close the lid. Bamboo use that rod to give the Imperial Fishing Club a taste of their own medicine. So snobbing, they never allow my Arbonian chest buddies to get a word in edgewise. Runic robe? It's perplexed Genevieve all the more. Always kept your anger over this whole arrangement. Ian, been so cold, and now look at you. Can't even act angry with you like this. We may not be able to go to the Orcus Tower quite yet. The Spoon Temple. By the sinner it was rung. Thus did its ominous clangor resound, heralding the start of an era of chaos. Excerpt from the Book of the Ladder's introductory verse, Sound of Awakening. Wait, did that? Race? Oh, a special sports section. Long time no see. And who is this? Alright, she's a sister of the Septine Church. Met her a little while back. My name is Ree Sargent. Pleased to meet you. So tell us, the heck's a lady of the cloth like yourself doing in a place like this? Good question. All entry to these ruins has been prohibited by the CGF. Well, I happened to be teaching a class in Mainz today. On my way back, I heard a particular sound coming from this direction. A sound? I do think. Yeah, the bell must be resonating again. Do you sense anything else? Only faintly. Yes, I do confirm that higher elements have returned to the premises. That can't be. Someone have tampered with the bell, maybe? Take this to be a place where people have been reporting all those ghosts before. Ghost? Excuse me. Would you mind explaining that to me in detail? Sure. That's the whole of it. Now I understand. A serious ruin where the three higher elements are active. Yes? Sorry, don't mind me. Circumstances being what they are, I need to stop that bell from ringing as soon as possible. So would you please excuse me until next we meet? Huh? Up and over. Wait, Reese, what are you? I said I'm going to stop that bell. Well, and the lost sounds of the dead is one of the many responsibilities of the church. Yeah, but come on, Lloyd, say something. I do think it'd be better for us to take care of that sort of thing. I agree. Presence of the higher elements indicates a strong bias that fiends may be lurking in. You're both right. It's far too dangerous for a civilian to be strolling around. That may be true, but... Is something wrong, Reese? Really? No, you're right. This is almost certainly going to be dangerous. Reese, would you do us a favor and leave this to the SSS? Well, if that's the way it has to be. I'm going to have to insist that you allow me to accompany you. I'm quite skilled in thaumaturgy, so you can rest assured that I won't be in your way. Nah, she's a stubborn one. Oh, what's a girl? I don't think she's going to take no for an answer. Just have to bring her along then. Investigated this temple before, so it should be easier than last time. Yeah, are you going to be okay doing this again, Ellie? Oh, please. You don't need to worry about me. Like you said, we've done this before. I'll be fine as long as I'm mentally prepared. Little words, she isn't fine at all. Anyway, is this arrangement alright with you, Reese? Yes, it is. I'm glad to have your company. Reese? KO'd in battle? Never. I can't believe that would ever happen. I can feel the presence of the three higher elements quite strongly here. Though it's not as if I'm any stranger to that sensation. Oh? I'm impressed. Suppose people from the church really can sense these things. You'd be correct. Many of our people have learned to sense spiritual presences. Speaking of which, I have a question for Tio. You possess a similar ability, don't you? In a manner of speaking. In case it would be best described as induced sensitivity rather than inherent to me. My apologies. Perhaps I was a bit insensitive of me. Not to worry. It's a perfectly natural question. These may be more similar to Tio than I realized. Anyway, it's clear. Way forward isn't going to be easy. Let's brace ourselves. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with that gimmick again to unlock the door in the chapel. Easier to reach the belfry with that out of the way. Alright then. Make sure to watch your 6. Don't want any nasty ghouls creeping up on us. Oh, I just know I'm going to enjoy this. It's like getting a free ride at Michelin's famous roller coaster. You knock it off, Ozzy. Well, leave me no choice but to knock you upside the head. Oh my, do you frighten easily? These sorts of things, perhaps? Don't act like you don't know. Anyway, even though we've investigated this place before, it's very possible that there's some new surprises at work here. Let's take one step at a time and not get ahead of ourselves. Roger. Before we begin, that's something that's been bothering for a while. I ask, what is that sugar seed? Scent wafting off of you, Lord? Huh? Could it be the maple muffins that Kia made for us yesterday? We couldn't eat them all, so we ended up with plenty of extras. I think you're right there. You kept there saying that after the entire day of travel. Such as magic as Kia's cooking, I suppose. Reese? Is that you just now? Please forgive me, I haven't had a chance to eat since leaving Sunday school. See, it's been a ravenous time for me. Would you perhaps be so kind as to share one of those muffins with me? Sure, I guess. You're okay with leftovers, that is. Munch, munch. Delicious. I guess that's a more satisfied customer for Kia. This muffin is filled to the brim with radiant qualities of warmth and joy. I feel just offering. How awful taking it for. This was given to me by my superior before I was assigned here. I trust you'll make use of it. Thank you, Reese. We appreciate it. Alright, let's pull ourselves together and keep moving forward. Let's check the Moon Temple. We do not have the Bone Archer. Door is sealed shut. Was it made by those who are dead? Not much about the orbital then, but cloud storage sounds like heresy. Cheskan should not infringe upon the domain of Chestius. She who stores above. Alright. Alright. There's many chests in this. Hammer Dwarf. Fourth fragment. The truth is, the Mirian continent is at Adios. This chest message has been consecrated for the congregation of the sacraments. There we go. Alright. Oh, we might get to explore those in a later, because this was a hidden quest. Phew, that took a while. Allie, you're looking a lot less pale this time around. I suppose it does help having Reese here with us. Well, so naturally you'd feel safe in the presence like from a sister from the Zeptine Church. Yeah, this place of worship like any other back in the day. Again, with a kitty like her around, I really got the answer to all my prayers. That was forced at best. Priest, did you notice something? Crest on the floor caught my eye. Isn't it the same one that belonged to that cult? Oh, so you know about them. Right, they used this chest crest back in the Middle Ages. Presumably played a role in the bloody rituals they conducted. Reminds me of what happened to us the last time we were in here. Bell rang all its own, and the devil spawned right on top of that crest. Now tell me. I sense an exceptionally wicked presence. Not again. Damn, speaking of the devil, never felt this literal. Me and my big mouth. Exercise caution. Its spiritual energy far exceeds that of the one we faced previously. Here it comes. Just see if Randy's stuff can... Yep. You can still take him out pretty easily. Phew. I pulled it off somehow. Come on, we're the best in the business. It never stood a chance. I recognize a bluff when I hear one. Wait, don't stop breathing easy just yet. Couldn't even keep the first one down. Now there's more? Fiends, they must be members of the undead. Really, vanquishing them might not be possible with the weapons in our we currently have just... This can't be. Damn, what a pain in my ass. We better find out how to take them down with what we've got or else. We'll back for now, Reese. Stay between us and we'll make sure to keep you safe no matter what. Actually, that won't be necessary. Huh? Fly, Infinity Sparrows. What? The hell? You landed those fiends in no more than a few seconds. Now for the final touch. Just purifying them. Lord, that magic circle just now. Yeah, like the one Father Kevin used at the Altair Lodge. Does that mean you're... Take that meaning you didn't tell them about my true identity, huh? No, I've kept quiet about it. Didn't seem like the kind of information I should share. I appreciate that. I believe the Archbishop already has his suspicions about this. The truth is, I belong to a secret order within the church. The Girls' Ritter is sect within the congregation for the sacraments tasked with the collection of artifacts. The Girls' Ritter? The same order Father Kevin belongs to. That's referring to Kevin Graham, correct? Just so happens I'm one of the squires working under him. Original plan was for him to come to the Crossbell and conduct an investigation into what's going on behind the scenes. The Archbishop would never allowed him to set foot in the cathedral, so I came in his place. I do recall him mentioning the Archbishop's vendetta. I'll explain why you're here. Situation with the Moon Temple is just one of the many things you're delving into, right? Man, though. Sounds like the church ain't such a big happy family behind the stained glass. No, shameful as it is to admit. I'm going to make my way into the belfry to continue my investigation. If you'd like to know more, I invite you to follow me. I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts on things as well. That sounds like a wise course of action. I will remain here, the greater possibility of encountering another fiend. Agreed, let's head to the belfry. This must be the bell that was mentioned in the report. It's almost identical to the one in Central Square. Bell's resonance produces an otherworldly aura of sorts that surrounds the entire temple. This seemed to be the cause of the spirits we encountered. Well, and I were able to stop it from ringing by force, and it wasn't easy. And so caused that peculiar aura to disappear. Thinking about it, kind of, something didn't add up. Right, how would a bell this large even start ringing by itself in the first place? Maybe something did it on purpose after all. Perhaps. Attention or not, let's not wait around for us to start summoning even more fiends. We'll talk about this more after we stop that bell from resonating. Randy, Wazzy, mind helping me out? I hate to get my hands dirty, but if you insist, brute force it is. Stop complaining and get to it. Please wait. Physical contact is far from the safest course of action here. Step away from the bell if you will. What? That should suffice. Race, did you? Yeah, I used a technique passed down in the church to seal away the magic. Supporting that, the presence of the higher elements are banished from their surrounding area. Safe to assume the fiends have disappeared along with it. Not to mention our time in the spotlight. Not bad, Reese. I wouldn't say that. You're the reason why I managed to make it this far. As for that, you have my deepest gratitude. Thank you, everyone. I believe this should conclude our investigation into the fiends. It's been a pleasure, Reese. You bailed us out a lot today. I'd say. Besides, would you like you, sister? I have come to Gehenna and back. I appreciate that. Why do I have bother? Yeah, you tried. Paying no mind, Reese. Someone has trouble knowing when to keep his mouth shut. Changing the subject. Shall we accompany Reese back to the cathedral? That shouldn't be a problem. The SSS mobile isn't parked too far away. We wouldn't want to impose that. What do you think, Reese? It'd be rude of me to pass up such a kind offer. Not to mention, I've worked up quite an appetite. The sooner I get back to sister Trudu's cooking, the better. Better not waste any time. Let's go. Growls Ritter in the special reward section? Now that is an amusing collaboration. They didn't do half bad in our fun little game of Bomb Party yesterday either. No plan is complete without some key players. Just how much will they figure into ours, I wonder. I've always loved having something new to look forward to. Try not to slip up, everyone. Thank you for going out of your way to drive me back, everyone. Such a smooth ride that I couldn't help but enjoy myself. I'm glad to hear it. Oh, Aries, not to pry, but have you told anyone at the cathedral that you're in the girls' room? Strictly speaking, no. Said I'm sure our Archbishop Araldo has this suspicion. But as long as I keep a low profile, I should be fine. Sounds like being in the church ain't all sunshine and rainbows. Keep you safe, okay? Nice. Try not to stress yourself out too much. Your lovely complexion will thank you for it. Of course, you don't have anything to consider. If I ever need another helping hand, I'll be sure to let you know that. Same here. Alright, we should get going ourselves. Roger that. And now, because this isn't the Vita version, I've already talked to them. We can go in. Wow, even from all the way up close, I can barely believe my eyes. Never seen anything like this, not even the tetracyclic towers compare? How do you know about the tetracyclic towers? We already know that, sir. Please don't make the pressure any worse than it already is. Listen up, alright? Mind your manners around the dignitaries, and don't forget to smile. One critical mistake in front of them could wind up costing us our job. Schedule to meet up with a little bit of time. This is actually our chance to save. This time I will override. Into the tower. Oh, Black Tower, where is your power? Wow. Oh, look at this place. It's like high tech meets fancy living. Feels even more futuristic than the IBC building. Every floor is wired up to the orbital network as well. Also, a direct line to the IBC for instant updates on stock market prices. I heard about that. Uncle Dieter insisted on. A true economist in the end, he is banking on the brain, even as a statesman. Well, all we can do now is wait for Dudley to come pick us up. Conference isn't open to the general public, so why don't we have a seat over there? Hello, Dudley. Ready for our assignment. Noon sharp. The trade conference begins at 1 p.m. As the dignitaries, they'll be here around 30 minutes' time. Got it. Where should we make our way for now, in that case? I would have preferred to familiarize you with the venue myself, but there's been a change of plans. I came to let you know that someone else will be showing you around. Someone else meaning... Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming today. Mayor Croy? Uncle. Uncle! Lord, how long has it been? A few weeks or so? Hello to you too, Ozzy Noel. It's been far longer since I've seen you, Randy. Tio, welcome back. Appreciate it. It's good to see you again. Yes, it is, but what are we doing here? Conference starts in less than an hour. Is it really okay for you to take the time out to greet us? Nonsense. The preparations are just about finished. Simply waiting for the dignitaries to arrive in the meantime. Thought showing you around the building would make for a good break of sorts. I trust this is alright with you, Dudley? As you say, Mr. Mayor. See to it that you don't get anything to embarrass yourselves in front of him. Once you're done, come to the security command floor on the 34th floor. Understood. They're all yours, Mr. Mayor. I'll see the rest of you soon. You have my gratitude. Haha, he's a talented detective for a little bit, but a little inflexible, isn't he? Though perhaps it's a particular quality that makes him so good at his work. The First Division does have a reputation for doing things by the book, after all. Where are my manners? I forgot the most essential of all to a position. Ladies and gentlemen of the associates, welcome to Orchestra. Follow me if you would. Same as ever. Yes, and the apple we call Maria Bell doesn't fall far from him. It is nice of him to show us around personally before the conference. I'm sure it is. Let's take him up on his offer. Okay, there is a... Just 1 hour, the main session of the conference will finally begin. I'll be down here handling communication between city officials. During the proceedings. Thing is, I'm a tad nervous. This whole event is going to be a lot of responsibility. Magazine. Get the cool paintwork. Hello everyone, this is the Orcus Tower reception desk. Security command upstairs told us to help us with whatever you need. So please let us know if you need our assistance in any way. General Affairs First Division is tasked with the management and operations of Orcus Tower. In other words, it was our duty to see that the conference and waiting rooms for today were fully prepared. Things have been hectic for a while, but we finally managed to finish up just a bit ago. There are 3 elevators? Nah, you're just showing off. Well, the building is 40 stories tall. Just for the record, there are actually 6 elevators if you call it. If you count the ones reserved for private use. That's impressive. Keep in mind, though we don't have time today to visit every floor, sadly, I have to limit ourselves to those related to the case. Without further ado, let us begin with the 34th floor, where the security command room is stationed. After you. I see. I heard the same from Dudley. It's quite a tricky situation we find ourselves in. Yeah. Errors in Hayway are cause for concern, not to mention whatever it is Imperial and Republican governments are up to. On top of that, there are terrorists aiming to take the lives of 2 heads of state. As including yesterday's mystery hacker. I'd be right assuming the stolen blueprints originated from one of your processing units? Regrettably, yes. It appeared a sub-terminal of Orcus Tower was hacked into. After the IBC was hacked months ago, I had our systems department boost their anti-hacking countermeasures, but clearly it wasn't enough. When do you think about it, though? Hacking isn't exactly the most commonplace skill. Yep, the most logical culprit. Now to be someone to ties with the Epstein finish. Chief Roberts is starting looking into that possibility. But my intuition tells me that isn't the case this time. No matter, all we can do is wait for the results of the investigation. The Jaeger Corps, a crime syndicate, the looming threat of terrorists? There's plenty to worry about already. Most troublesome, however, are the motives of a number of our esteemed dignitaries. Otherwise, what are some of the leaders hoping to gain from this conference? Saying you're suspicious of the people you yourself invite? I have no misgivings about Princess Claudia, Prince Oliver. The Grand Prince of Romaferia has given me no reason to doubt him either. Chancellor Osborne and President Rocksmith, however, are another matter entirely. Leaders of the 2 major powers. They have the most to gain from controlling Kraussbill's future. They tipped their hands on that front already? Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite, actually. I sent preliminary proposals to various treaties in accordance to each country ahead of the conference. Sides have reacted surprisingly favorably toward everything we've suggested thus far. The way they're behaving, you'd think those 2 are all for equitable growth in Western Zemuria. That seems unlikely, to say the least. Empire and the Republic tend to clash over the smallest issues. Correct. These sudden shifts in disposition make me all the more uncertain about how this conference might unfold. Already prepared for the worst case scenario, mentally speaking. That seems wise. So on top of immediate danger, we're stuck in a political trap too. Times like these are when I'm glad to have Speaker McDowell to lean on. To play our cards right, we should also have the support of Liberal and Norfaria during these negotiations. So much may, my heart is steeled. Cold steeled? The only thing I can do now is pray that Adios is on our corner as well. Uncle. Hard to believe that you have even more on your plate today than I realized. Sorry to take up your time with this tour. Haha, don't mention it. On the contrary, I relish the opportunity for a nice change of pace. That's why I insisted that I be the one to show you all around. Well, when you put it that way. It would be an honor, Mr. Mayor. Heck yeah, we're down if you are. That's what I like to hear. Perfect timing. We've arrived. That was a long-ass elevator ride. Incredible. Now you get to see the sweeping view of Crossbell. Whoa. It's absolutely amazing. Boy, is it good to look at that view. Aha, I'm glad you all find it as satisfying as I do. This is the very fourth floor where most of the staff will be on standby during the trade conference. Are you ready to have a look around? Lead the way, Mr. Mayor. Here we have the security command room. There's a press room just next door. There'll be a company of guardsmen from the CGF on the floor below in the event of any terrorist infiltration. Right, I remember being briefed about that. I bet they're going to send the best the CGF has to offer. I suppose the press room is where Grace will be spending all her time. You mean that reporter from the Crossbill Times? That's right, I believe I saw her name on the list, so we can expect that she'll be attending. Bear in mind, this press aren't permitted to leave this floor, with the exception of the press conference or any scheduled interviews. Sounds reasonable enough. It's necessary. Sometimes reporters can get a little pushy for a surprise Q&A session. Enough to slip past security even. Grace likely accounts for most of those instances, if not all of them. I can already picture us dragging her away from somewhere she's not supposed to be. Allow me to take the opportunity to show you into this room. Well now, this is more my kind of place. It's like a break room. It's so spacious. Precisely. This is the lounge I prepared for this conference. Feel free to use it yourself during your downtime. Thank you, we'll be sure to. You could always stop by for tea later. Let's head to the next floor, shall we? This is an emergency stairwell. Like the way down is sealed off, though. Normally you'd be able to use these stairs to descend all the way to the first floor. However, we sealed them off in preparation for the conference. The stairs between 34, 35, and 36 will be open. In other words, it's a security measure. What do people do in case of emergency if an earthquake appears? Should such an event come to pass, the gates to the stairwell will automatically open. Just goes to show that no security plan is foolproof. Not when we have to account for the unexpected. True, we'll do our part to cover any possible gaps. Utilizing anti-hacking protocols will be a necessity, it seems. Sure, since we're here, why don't we take the stairs? Next stop, 34th floor. Home to the International Conference Room. Oh. Is this it? There's Romiferia, Laboro, Araboni, Calvert, and Crossbow. That's right, before you was the stage upon which world leaders will pursue the elusive dream that is diplomacy. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the International Conference Room. It's incredible. Never seen anything like it. I've had to take a chunk out of the next floor up with how high the ceiling is. As it so happens, the 36th floor was designed to be in the shape of a U as to accommodate this conference room. The antechambers to either side will house the staff of each respective dignitary. Their personal security details will be on standby there as well. That's smart. Well, they all have to go somewhere, don't they? Let's move to the final floor of our tutors, shall we? Room prepared on this floor will be provided to the dignitaries participating in the conference. Allow me to show you around. After you. Oh, check this place out. Talk about swanky. If you gave me a room like this, I don't think I'd want to leave it. One will serve as a waiting lounge for Prince Olivart. There are rooms in the West Wing as well, one assigned for each visiting participant. Also doubles spaces to cool one's head should things get too heated during the conference. That makes sense. These rooms fitted with orbital cabinets. That's right, we requested the wiring be inconspicuously installed. Now then, while we put the other rooms aside for now, I think there's one final place I'd like to show you. Right to you, sir. At ease, gentlemen. In these windows, you'll be able to command a full view of the conference as it progresses. Our curtains to make things private should a confidential meeting take place. They'll be open on this occasion. Good to know. Well, we can get a quick glance of how the conference is going while we're on patrol. That's right, and anything were to happen, we'd rush in as soon as we saw it. Make this a routine stop on our route then. That you've now seen all 3 floors that'll be a part of our hero security rounds. Now, if you allow me, there's one place I've been saving for last. You mean this wasn't it? Oh, so where are we going? Isn't it obvious? The spot with the best view of all. Whoa. That it's breathtaking. I can see Amorica from here. Words don't do it justice. Not in the least. So the city looks like a miniature model from this far up. Dang, makes me wish this whole get-together was after dark. But the view at night's insane. This little area will eventually become an observation deck for the public. It'd be a terrible waste, after all, to restrict something so marvelous to government officials. Sure, people will love it. I can't wait for us to take you here too. Oh, pardon me. Roy here. Said so, understood. I'll be there right away. Just received word that the dignitaries have arrived at the tower. Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, but I'll have to take my leave here. Not at all. Thank you for showing us around. We appreciated it. Boy, did we. That was something else. It's a tour of a lifetime. Glad you enjoyed it. Thank you as well for giving me the change of pace I need. I'll be seeing you all. Good luck with your security details, and remember, give it everything you got. We won't let you down. It's the least I can do to pay you back for that letter of recommendation. Hades be with you. I'll be praying for your success and efforts. Huh. As will I. Alright, let's make our way back to Dudley. Should be on the security room on the 34th floor by now. Now the real work begins. He's hoping this goes smoothly. Yeah, fingers crossed. I hereby called an order at the main session of the West American Trade Conference. I, Harry McDowell, shall have the honor of officiating the procedure. Conference is scheduled to run for approximately 5 hours, during which there will be one intermission period. However, depending on deliberations are progressing, a limited extension may be granted. I'd now like to introduce you to two observers who will join us for the conference. Lawyer Ian Grimwood. He is a legal expert who is active not only in Crossbow but our surrounding nations as well. I requested that he attend today's conference due to his familiarity with both common and international law. It's a pleasure to me to be here, everyone. I'm Ian Grimwood at your service. So this must be Crossbow's famous Grizzly Grim. Yes, I've heard of you as well. They say you're primarily concerns with issues regarding civil rights. It's an honor to meet you. You flatter me. I hope my expertise proves useful to everyone today. Next, Bracer Arias McLean. You may recognize the name from his many outstanding achievements in our neighboring countries. I requested that he too attend as a neutral observer on behalf of the Bracer Guild to further ensure our safety here today. That is correct. I'm Arias McLean. Pleasure to meet your acquaintance. So this is the Divine Blade of Wind. The speaker assumes the right. Your reputation greatly precedes you, even over in the Republic. Tales of your deeds reaching Imperial capital as well. People often speak of Crossbow's Divine Blade, a mad swathed in windborne might. Without further ado, we will begin by going over each proposal on today's talking. Mayor Dieter Kreis will be our first proponent. The floor is yours, Mayor Kreis. Roy. Thank you. Now, if you would direct your attention to bill number 1 on your provider. It's begun. Yeah. I knew that Arios would be here, but I had no idea Mr. Grimwood was going to play a role too. It seemed his moniker of Grizzly Grim is well known outside of Crossbow as well. Keep in mind, conferences are meant for establishing accords and agreements between governing bodies. As such, it's necessary to have someone on hand, expertise in international and common law. I see. And it would make a better advisor than Grizzly Grim himself. Now, as we can see the start of the conference, but all that stuff is way over my head. As that was our place to be concerned with the actual discussions during the conference. Focus on what matters most, making sure today's process passes that incident. Understood. Should we begin as planned? Yes, I would ask you with patrolling the 34th. Yes, I've tasked you with patrolling the 34th, 35th, and 36th stories. Everyone on this floor should know who you are and why you're there. I advise you to take time to speak with the members of the media, the staff, and the dignitaries. After that? Good, I'll be heading back to the 34th floor now. May Adius protect you. Call me if anything happens. Dudley's usually pretty steely, but even he's on edge today. I noticed too. It's hard to imagine today ending peacefully after what we experienced last night. I agree, we're going to need to be hyper-vigilant on these patrols. No kidding. Hey, say later, ready to get this show on the road? I am. Let's follow Dudley's advice and speak with all the other parties present. Okay. Don't need to make a fuss. These refreshments truly suitable for the president? I understand you're so concerned, but the kitchen staff did the very best with them. I'm sure they'll be fine. Besides, they're patriotic in a way, don't you think? I suppose. Surely there were better alternatives. Some kind of issue with this next beef? Those sweet buns have Mishu's face on them. I would recognize them anywhere. They're Mishu buns. I fail to see the problem here. Any other food stuff would be objectively inferior. Calm down, to you. Nothing else. I'll give the president something to remove a crossbow by. One of the sweet buns has Mishu's face. Can't help but think them a rather tacky choice to serve as so formal an event. Oh, great. Now that you brought up the issue, can't stop worrying about it. It's too late now. We don't have any time to prepare something else. Oh, you're one of those police officers they have on patrol. That's us. Sorry for interrupting. Scree! Yep. Yeah, Princess Claudia's little friend, Sieg, was it? Ah, this must be the Griff Falcon Kia told me about. Scree! What's the little guy saying? Translate for us to you. He says, hello again, SSS, and nice to meet you too. Remembers us after all. What a bird. Scree! I remember the faces of Princess Claudia's friends. Well, I'm honored to hear you say that. Scree! I hope all you... Isn't he just the cutest, smartest little bird you've ever seen? Scree! This is a room reserved for Prince Albert of Rome. What I understand, the Grand Prince has an extensive knowledge of music. As it happens, I'm currently preparing Speaker McDowell's private record collection for him to enjoy. Phew, I'm doesn't else of a storm today. Spec out of place in this potted plant. Now that I'm done with it, and I'll check any spots I missed. Rooms here in the West Wing are reserved for dignitaries from Romefaria, Liberal, and Calvert. Privacy, we've limited patrols on this floor to only what's necessary. May sound flawed, but I do understand that I guess our heads of state are obliged to provide them a certain amount of confidentiality. The dignitaries are also being accompanied by their own personal escorts, carrying any resources. So security shouldn't be an issue. This spot gives you the amazing view across. Every time I try and clean the windows, I end up getting distracted, gazing at the city instead. Scrub. Pipe. La-di-da-da. The mayor and the speaker will be sharing this room during the intermission. You have the work figured out for representing across both ways. I'm going to make this place as spick and span as I can. Prince Olivotus, particularly fond of red roses, so took the liberty of fetching some to decorate his room. I hope he enjoys them. This room will be set aside for Prince Oliver during today's intermission. His Highness is quite renowned among the imperial upper class, has refined tastes and unique pursuits. And that makes me want to put all of my energy into preparing this room to his liking. Man, get a little that view. Is something SSS? Lecture? What are you doing here? Oh, come on, you guys. I'm part of His Excellency the Chancellor staff. Nothing unusual about me kicking back in here. It's been a few weeks, guys and gals. We really had to stop meeting like this. Even today of all days, you look like you don't have a care in the world. What he looks like is someone with something to add. Hey, don't be like that, little lady. Only thing I'm hiding under all this charm is additional surplus charm. So those glares on your faces tell you guys have a boatload of questions you want to ask. That's right, we learned a thing or two in the past 24 hours. Specifically about the Imperial government's actions, or lack thereof, regarding the trade conference. Alright then, I'm not exactly sure what you've heard. So let me shoot you a question, man. Did you know that I'm working with the Noble faction to take Gilius Osborne's life? What? Oh. Tell the source, everyone. And listen to a word he says. And fall for this one again, pal. Those ones stream on you. Dang, don't really get as fun like that. 6 ain't bad. I was hoping to string half of you along at least. I suppose we can chalk that up to a crude attempt at humor then. Doesn't like her because I need to make something clear. I don't care what your position or goal is. Where I'm standing, you're the type of person who knows how to take a responsibility and get the job done. Owing to that, the most logical thing to do would be to cooperate with us. At least as far as security is concerned. Am I wrong? So that's your play. I was only fooling around about that turncoat business just now. You can't tell me it's totally impossible to picture, right? Gotta keep your eyes peeled at all times. Stay vigilant and see the signs. This key are good. There's a key to a good writer finding inspiration, you know. I inspiring offers in this room. Last time I checked. I broken rifle shoot straighter than this guy. Sorry, but that's all the advice I can give you at the moment. You should keep an open mind about how things might play out. Expect the unexpected and all that jazz. That's real helpful, thanks. Even now I can't even get a real... I feel like understanding me even less than I did before. Hey guys, I can see Armorica Village in the distance. Man, just look at all those bees go. And buzzing all over the place. Real, there's no way you can see that far. Okay, we will go. Alrighty. 35th floor. Oh! Alright, so... the special report section, correct? Heard you assisted his lordship, Prince Albert, yesterday. Well, if anything, he was the one who helped us. That's right, his lordship's medical knowledge was tremendously useful. Ah, so that's so. To his credit, the Grand Prince is an excellent doctor of his own right. Details aside, I can say with confidence that his lordship is both extremely pleased and impressed with all of you. I'm glad to have the opportunity to meet the man of Vivid spoke so highly of him. Our pleasure, my man. I appreciate your kind words. Hey, his conference is a great inference to those from our ferry. It leads to further economic development. You obviously can't manage during the middle of the conference. See before we bother anyone. conference appears to be going well. Better than a typical Republican Parliament session. The President has to be relieved he's not dealing with the opposing party today. You must be the special support section they have on patrol duty. Thank you very much for your service. Let us know if there's anything we can do to make your life easier. Well, look who it is. It's been some time, SSS. How are your patrols going? Killer. But where are my manners? Last time we met was under different circumstances. Allow me to reintroduce myself. Killer Ruran, heir to the President of the Calvard Republic, at your service. I have other responsibilities and titles, of course. They're nothing worth mentioning. I suppose not. That include being an entertainment producer, like you mentioned before. Which would quite legitimately, in fact. It's one of the many hats I on. As for that, at a production company office. Back in the Republic as well. I see. In other words, there are no holes to poke in her story. She's a woman. She is a woman with a mask for every situation. And like any self-respecting spy, she knows how to use them. Hey, like me a little mystique. Wouldn't give to roleplay with her for just one night. It's one of those comments best kept to yourself. Care to share your conversation with the class you three? Oh, that reminds me. Little birdie told me that a little birdie invited you. But yeah, sail, yes. I'll say. I beg your pardon? I've expected you already now. Jeez, how do your sources even get this stuff? Oh, then it wasn't anything to print. I'm curious though. Share anything of note? There's only some friendly advice. Nothing more. Still, plenty we have to figure out for ourselves. Is that right? Well, the same could be said of myself. What? I was merely thinking aloud. I can envision as many scenarios as I do. That doesn't mean that any of them will come to pass. So many conflicted motives, there's still so much we don't know. True of everything, everyone working here today. Will today be the day the first domino falls? Or is that juncture yet to come? Who can really say at this point in time? You understand what you're getting at, but still. Either way, she's right on the mirror. Anything I'll add is my role today is nothing more than that of a presidential guardian and keeper. In that sense, you could almost consider us as colleagues. So we put ourselves our allegiances and simply watch out today. Beyond that, I have no further comments to make for the moment. Fair enough. Thanks for the information. Good afternoon, everyone. Isn't the special support section? I take it you've been securing the conference floors, Fairfield? That's right, we managed to eke out the assignment as part of the security. This room is where they stash all the big guns, is it? Metaphorically speaking. But every last person here is ranking out. Correct, by all accounts, this room alone could prevent you, Major. Absolutely not. You mentioned seeing your Captain Troy's swordsmanship. It's as fearsome as an elegant. Your fault, you can. It's nothing so extraordinary. That being said, no matter what happens, no one will lay so much a finger on our eyes. I swear it. Trust us to protect the conference room, and we'll trust you to keep watch over the other things. Ross, thank you. Good to see you again, Major Bender. You guys anything out of the ordinary yet? Hi there, SSS. Hardly enough reason to let your guards down, but things have come this far. Even the discourse of the conference itself has been civil. I'm admittedly impressed by how smoothly things are going. Conference continues to go well. That Well, at least alleviate some of the stress on the Prince's soldiers. Is everything okay, Major Vander? Seem to have a lot of nerve on it. I suppose that you could say that in a sense. We've only come this far because of the seeds you chose to sow. But never mind that. What matters right now is our duties at the conference. Our role to play is a Prince's escort. As I'm sure you all have your own. Keeping the conference secure. Right, that much is for certain. The loud noises you make in this room will carry over next door and disrupt the conference. As such, we ask you to remain as quiet as possible while you're here. Ah, you must be the special sports section. Thank you for your service today. As you can see, there's nothing out of the ordinary to report here. You have no particular business? I'd ask that you not loiter in this room any longer than needed. Sure thing. Blunt, isn't he? Like a pistol whip to the face. It's Tella! I've been a nervous wreck all day. I can't let this opportunity go to waste, especially after all Prince Ilvert's done to the Academy. Most importantly, here's a representative of Thor's to pull myself together and chip in. Girl in a school uniform doing. Here, the student is going to be accompanying the Imperial government to the conference. Supposedly, they're hoping to gain some real-world experience. Being one of the best and brightest of the Academy, this must be her. Damn. I was thinking someone couldn't find a babysitter. Now I get the feeling that she and I would have a lot to talk about. Yeah, still skipped a grade or two, right? Well, you never know. The girl might just be around the same age as you, Lord. Looks like she's got a good head on her shoulders. I guess she could be older than she looks. It'd be nice to get to know her. We're a bit pressed for time today. Yay for Toa. By the way, in the OG version of this game, oh, I can't believe that woman would. No, I'm sure of it this time. Who's he mumbling by? Excuse us, Vice Commissioner PR. What? The special sports kitchen? Oh, joy. Can I help you? I'll ask Commander, what are you doing here? You can't just... Oh, nothing except my job as director of the security command room. Since when? Think of it, I do recall seeing your name sprinkled around in some of our materials. Ah, I see. I never read this. That's my confusion. Oh, what? Oh, here we go. Obviously, you should have mentioned all this to you sooner. Whoops. One question, if you're the head of security, why are you in here instead of the command room? Take a little break? Please, Dudley has full authority while we're here on site. With my permission, of course. You see, there's no reason for me to be in the command room. Too many leaders spoil the group, as it were. Do it however you like. As your superior, I know what is best for the operation. Now then, just focus on not getting in Dudley's way. Yes, sir. So this is where they put the lunchbox. Finally, I can grab a bite to eat. Understood. We'll get right on it. Listen up. There's a press conference scheduled during the intermission. Make sure everything is in order. All is done. Captain Grant. Pleasure to meet you. Hey, Grant. Working hard? Good days. Good day, Sergeant. Major Sager. As well, Sergeant Orlando. I suppose neither one of you is technically part of the CGF at the moment. That's right. My leave is only temporary. You can address me however you find it easiest. Nah, I don't really care either way. Aren't you the only representatives from the CGS on this tour? That we are. Sort of consideration for the dignitaries and members of the press, you might say. Now, the CGF's orders for this assignment, so stay out of their sight and minimize exposure. It's the bare bones deployment. Sounds like the reasoning goes deeper than that. It does, essentially the decision is a way of tiptoeing around two major powers. All the Guardian Force's weaponry is restricted to state law. Still functions the same as any other state military. Stay within a budget, but a great deal of our funding goes toward maintaining and improving the arms we're allowed to have. Those expenditures would be an easy point of contention if they were out in the open during the conference. It's not out of mind, in other words. Diplomacy can be one for the minute. All true, but try not to think about it too much. In the end, both of us are only up here for appearance's sake. Still, there's an entire company of guardsmen, one story below, ready to mobilize in moments notice. Should something happen, they'll be on this floor within seconds, rest assured. Good to know. We count on you if it comes to that. That is the security room. I haven't heard too many positive remarks about the Crossbelt police. I was saying how tight this building security is. I'm getting the exact opposite. The only conclusion I come to is the CPD's sharp comings are as a result of their structure, not their people. Conference truly is extraordinary. Never covered anything like this before. Conferences between any of these two countries aren't uncommon. Between Crossbell and its four neighbors, it's unheard of. Not to mention both Chancellor Osborne and President Rocksmith are attending in person, rather than sending surrogates. This is essentially the first time these two men have ever met face to face. Talk about history in the making. It's unprecedented, to say the least. Reporters from every participating nation have gathered for the sake of covering this day. Even your Imperial Chronicles included. Well, looks like, due to that rather lengthy side quest that we did before we came in here, we'll be doing this another day, but not quite yet time to give in. Good to see you at SSS. Hey, if it isn't Lloyd and company. Feels like we've been waiting forever for this trade conference to kick out, doesn't it? It's the main event of all main events. Crossbell's leadership and representatives from four nearby countries and the bonanza of international discourse. And of course, a big to-do like this demands a prime-time venue. Orcus Tower, the continent's first true skyscraper. Can you feel it? The nerves in the air? I'm so tense that my heart's about to jump out of my chest. I don't really see the tension, but honestly, you don't look the least bit nervous to me. I suspect the nerves are coming less from her, more from her future perspective with victim/interviewees. Gio, you're back. And you brought that trademark snark around. I'll admit, I'm not so much anxious as I am giddy. But enough about that. Someone I want to introduce you. Meet Notisha. Notisha, this is a special forces. Nice to meet you. I've seen you all in the papers before. You look like an even finer team in person. I'm Notisha, a reporter from the Liberal News. Thanks for keeping us all safe for this day. Happy to be of service. Heard of the Liberal News Service. It's the largest publication in the kingdom. That's right, they've also been getting a lot of attention in the journalism world for another reason. The reporters was awarded the Pulitzer Prize last year. Pulitzer, isn't that the prize that Nielsen person won a few awards? You know, the kind of most outstanding journalists every year, finally. That's fun. Anyway, the latest recipients are duo by the names of Niall Burns and Dorothy Hyatt. Niall's our ace reporter, and Dorothy's a brilliant camera. The Kingdom took home the crown last year, huh? Your guesses as to what the prize-winning story was? Could have been about the strange phenomena that happened at Liberal around that time? Right again? Technically, everything they covered leading up to the incident factored into that decision, too. I see. They must sound very impressive. Yeah, I guess so. That doesn't mean we'll just have to lie down and let them outshine us. If reporters dream to win the Pulitzer Prize, at least once in their career. If you want to win the next one, you really do the best. Each and every day, especially this one. You got that, Rhines? Can't let any of these news hounds jump the gun on us. Yes, ma'am. Grace gets any more fired up, the oral sprinkler system might go off. Let's hope she can behave herself at least. I'm Thompson from the Arden Press. Pleasure to meet you. You're a photographer with the Tyrell Times, if I'm not mistaken. That's right. I'm still only a rookie. Said Arden Press, huh? That mean you're from our area? Maybe from different countries. Our competitors today. Looking forward to working with you. Likewise. He's hoping we all get the story we're looking for. I want to speak to Dutters. Reviews for members of the press from each party. General policy forbids them from exiting while the conferences all be accounted for in there. Feel free to enter if there's anything you need to confirm. This is this. He spoke with the vice parishioner appeared. They doing alright? Well, depends on how you define alright for that guy. I'd say he's the same as ever. You see? Seems a little docile of him to leave everything to Dudley instead of taking charge himself. Docile, huh? That's not too surprising after the frustrating year he's been through. Keep in mind, he's one of 2 vice commissioners the CBD keeps on staff. Was the other one who got the promotion after our last commissioner was dismissed earlier in the year. Yeah, that did happen. I actually met with the new commissioner though before. I guess between the two of them, vice commissioner PR is the one who has more experience. Really? So you mean he got passed over by someone with less years on the force? Yeah, it's starting to add up. Not to be rude, but it's a little tough for me to picture that Commissioner Pierre is head of the police to begin with. All in all, I think the decision makes sense. Despite the way he behaves, I can't help but sympathize. He passed over someone with less years of service must be killing him. Life comes to you fast, wouldn't it be? Who wouldn't be better? So I'm saying the vice commissioner is going through the fair share of hard times right now. I'm asking a lot here, but try to keep all that in mind when speaking with him. May not do a good job of showing it between all the scolding and shouting. I think he truly cares about the SSS. I'll take your word for it. Well, I think I will save here. And, get out of here. I have to do some editing so I can, like, edit it out that, minor update in the middle there, but I guess I will see.